Fitness guru Nick Robinson is sharing her secrets to a healthy lifestyle. And today we're taking a look at the first step, nutrition.
You cannot neglect your nutrition, because even if you're doing all the rest correctly and you are exercising vigorously on a regular basis, if you are not eating well, your body may not even react to your exercise program.
So then what should your plate look like?
You want to make sure that you're not having, like I see a lot of people, a lot of coffee, so liquid meals, and then maybe one gigantic meal at the end of the day. And you'd be surprised at how many people that's their typical day. So you want to make sure that you are actually having multiple meals during the day, and that you're having optimally not more than about, say, this much in your meals. But you may want to have 6 to 8 of those meals during the day. And you have to remember, your stomach is about the size of your fist. So if you're having enormous portions, your body can't even begin to process that meal. So you want to feed your body what it can use for the next little while. And your metabolism starts to understand that you don't need to store because there's another meal coming.
Now you've discussed portion sizes with me before. What should each portion look like?
The ideal portion should be about the size of your own palm. So about the size of your palm and about the thickness of your palm. And if you're having really dense proteins like a nut butter of some kind, you want to make sure that it's about what would fit into the scoop of your palm.
Will this make eating become a chore?
The truth is, you actually quickly become used to eating good, healthy foods. And sometimes when you're eating all these chemicals, you actually numb your palate. And when you stop eating bad foods, it's like your palate recharges itself and you start appreciating good foods in a different way.
Does that mean you won't be able to go out with your friends to a restaurant?
What you want to avoid are very rich sauces. You want to avoid the foods that are heavily transformed, like pastas and things with potatoes and things that are fried. And I have a trick for my clients, is I make sure that once they walk into a restaurant, no matter what restaurant it is, that they already know in their mind what they're going to order. So most of the times I don't really look at the menu. I'll ask the waiter, I'll say, what's the cleanest food you have on your menu? Do you have something that has a lot of greens and maybe a nice portion of lean protein? And most waiters will say, oh, we have the most wonderful fish that just came in. And then I don't need to look at the menu and get tempted, because most people have great intentions and then they get sidetracked by impulses.
Now there's everything organic today. Does that mean organic junk food is a healthier option?
Well, you might think so, but really, organic junk food is junk food. So if you have organic chips, they're still chips. If you have organic candy bar, it's still a candy bar.
Now we're at Vic Market, which is an organic bistro. Can you show us what types of food we'll find at a place like this?
Absolutely. In fact, some of my favorite organic food is right here. So let's talk about some choices most people have to make on a daily basis. You come up to a lunch counter and you have to make your choice. What are you going to have for lunch? So for example, if we take this selection, we have some beautiful organic salmon. And then so I want to have about this much protein in my meal, and I want to have about a handful of vegetables. And look for something like this, bright green organic broccoli. If I've had a really good exercise day, then I can allow myself to have a little bit of starch, but I want to have organic starch, and I want to have the right kind of starches. So I'm going to look for wild rices, quinoa, legumes. We might see, for example, some nice sweet potato, a nice starch that is low on the glycemic level, which means that there's not a lot of blood sugar that will react to this kind of food. One of the harder choices for breakfast, for example, well, you might want to do the same type of logic, about that much protein, maybe that much vegetables or fruit. For example, hard-boiled egg with a piece of fruit, or how about stirring up some eggs with some spinach would be the perfect breakfast, or a slice of organic ham. When I'm in a rush, I might choose something, for example, like a handful of nuts with a piece of fruit. Or if I want to do something delicious and decadent, I'll choose something like an organic cashew butter and put it on a banana. It's delicious. And it's really healthy.